Well, here comes another round of Leatherface in the form of Texas Chainsaw 3D. Or it's just simply Texas Chainsaw as it's well stylized on the screen and what have you. These entertainment rankings and reviews. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name's Doyle, better known to as the Big D, and this time around, I'm going to review the 2013 slasher flick Texas Chainsaw 3D, or just Texas Chainsaw as it's stylized on screen and released on home media. Released by Lionsgate, directed by John Lusenhop, with a screenplay by Adam Marcus, Deborah Sullivan, and Kirsten Elms. This is the 7th overall Texas Chainsaw Massacre flick, and this serves as a direct sequel to the 1974 film, and was originally intended as the final chapter of the franchise, ignoring the events of the subsequent installments. Of course, that would soon be erased with the more recent Texas Chainsaw Massacre that just came to Netflix. If you haven't seen that or others, which I've done the Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise in just no particular order, but I'll give you the suggestions at the end of the video, okay? Enough said. Now, the film stars Alexandra Daddario, Dan Yeager, Trey Songz, Tanya Raymond, Scott Eastwood, Tom Barry, Paul Ray, and Bill Moseley, with Gunnar Hansen and Marilyn Burns in their final performances before they passed away the following year. Now, the story centers on Heather, who discovers that she was adopted after learning of an inheritance from a long-lost grandmother. She subsequently takes a road trip with her friends to collect the inheritance, unaware that it also includes her cousin, who happens to be the chainsaw-wielding Leatherface. Yes. Now, of course, the film takes place after the events of the original film, now updated to have taken place on August 18th, 1979, the town sheriff arrives at the Sawyer house demanding for Leatherface to surrender, but the family initially refuses, but eventually comply. And the people of New Texas then arrive with the mayor, and they burn down the farmhouse of the murderous Sawyer clan in an act of vigilante justice. The arsonists are proclaimed heroes of the community, and the entire Sawyer family is killed. However, an infant with a burn mark on her chest is found by one of the townsmen named Gavin Miller, who promptly murders her dying mother, Loretta. Gavin and his wife Arlene take the child into their care and raise her as their own daughter. In the future, Heather receives a letter informing her that her grandmother, Verna Sawyer Carson, has passed away. Much to her surprise, when she confronts her parents about it, she discovers that she was adopted from a family in New Texas. So Heather, along with her boyfriend Ryan, her best friend Nikki, and Nikki's boyfriend Kenny, travel to the house to collect her inheritance. And they pick up a hitchhiker named Daryl. And soon, Heather's given a letter from Verna's lawyer that she neglects to read. As the group explores the house, they decide to stay the night. Well, after they leave to buy food and supplies, leaving Daryl behind to look after the house, Daryl begins stealing valuables and discovers a metal door into the wine cellar that he's unable to open. As he tries to enter, he is killed by, you guessed it, Leatherface. And I gotta tell you, this really is pretty bloody and what have you. Okay, well, maybe not not bloody. Yeah, because I do have some issues with the film, because the blood wasn't quite that good. I mean, since we didn't see it in 3D, because I recently watched this for the first time. And I'm not going to give the whole story away, because if you really want to check out, go ahead by all means, but I'll give you what I think of it in a moment, okay? So apparently, while they think that Daryl did something, they try and look around, and apparently some of those friends of Harris soon discover Leatherface. and they're killed one by one. And Hair later gets kidnapped and finds out that she's the cousin of Leatherface. And one of my favorite, and well, this has become my favorite part, and it's also now the name of one of the channels I sub to, and this was the channel that was formerly Hazen at Devon Graham. I mean, my friend Drew, a great horror lover, I bet he's watching this. So, as his new channel says, it's now become a great line I like. Do your thing, cuz. Oh yeah, that was pretty darn good. So apparently that was really shocking. Now, there's also a post-credit scene, so stay through the movie to see that. But anyway, the film didn't quite do so well, and it made 47 million overall. And well, as you know, it was well dissed and what have you for plot holes and inconsistencies with the original film. It's understanding and what have you. It's kind of a little bit of got some ups and downs and what have you, but overall, I kind of consider it to be a draw. So it's factually a mix of good and bad. Now, for the cast, I liked Alexandra Daddario as Heather and Dan Yeager as Leatherface. Not wasn't too bad. We have Trey Songz as Ryan, Tanya Raymond as Nikki, Scott Eastwood as Deputy Carl Hartman, who appears in this, Sean Sipos as Daryl, and Karen Malaki Sanchez as Kenny. Let's see, and we also have Bill Moseley, who plays Drayden Sawyer, acting in place of Jim Cito, who portrayed Drayden in the 1974 film and its sequel. He passed away in 2003, the same year the remake came out. Now, Moseley had recently portrayed the character of Chop Top in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. According to the director, Mr. Lucenhobb, he chose Moseley because he felt that he could portray the same essence that Cito brought to the character. Well, he did actually. Anyway, yeah, so that's about it. Oh yes, Gunnar Hansen plays Boss Sawyer. Of course, he portrayed Leatherface in the original film, and Marilyn Burns played Verna Sawyer Carson. Of course, she was the one who played Sally Hardesty in the original. So, yeah, the cast isn't too bad. The story's, well, again, reasonable, but the kills are good. But even though the CGI for the blood that was done in 3D was, but still, I think it's okay. I don't hate this. I don't completely hate this movie completely. I think again it's got its ups and downs, so it's kind of a 50-50, a draw. And with a score from John Frizzell, yeah, so that's reasonable too. But with everything said, would I recommend Texas Chainsaw 3D? Well, if you're a die-hard Texas Chainsaw fan, I'd say give it a one-time watch, just to be on the safe side, okay? If you're not thrilled with it, stick with the original or stick with the other films, or maybe try and give the wonderful Netflix film a try. Of course, you don't have to take my word for it. You be the judge, okay? Anyway, so, what are your thoughts on Texas Chainsaw 3D? You can tell me in the comments section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe to my channel, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Join me next time when I bring to you my spoiler-free review of Uncharted. Thanks for watching, and if you like this, check out my reviews for these other films in the Texas Chainsaw franchise. The upper left-hand corner is my well, I'll give you the last three that I did. The upper left-hand corner is my review of the 2003 remake. The upper right hand corner is my review of the 2006 prequel, Texas Chainsaw Massacre The Beginning, or go to the bottom left hand corner and see my recent spoiler free review for the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre, now streaming on Netflix. And the bottom right hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thank you for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.